Go. Welcome, everybody. My name is Karen Cagg. I'm going to put this on my YouTube channel if it turns out okay. This is my first time to teach Essential Oils 101 a la Sarah Harnish game plan, so I'm excited about that. I see that I've got Anita here. Anita, I know I took her some Emu Pro, and she said that that really helped her, and I wanted to learn some more about these essential oils. So let's get started. My journey with Young Living, many of you already know, but in 2012, my dad had been dead for about a year, and I was really struggling with all kinds of issues. I had lots of issues. Who doesn't have daddy issues, right? And I went to a class, a Reiki class with Nora Dykema, and she gave me Valor oil. In fact, this may be one of the original bottles. It looks a little bit draggled. These things last a long time. But anyway, she gave me Valor oil, and she said, put this on twice a day. And I did, and it helped me tremendously. I can't even tell you how much it helped. It's got the tree oils in it, and I'm partial to the tree oils. I need trees. I need nature. And you know, the Japanese talk about forest bathing and how, and there are studies about forest bathing and how just walking out among the trees is really healing. And I'm convinced that, you know, just inhaling these tree oils, which is what those trees in nature are releasing. Those of us in Arkansas, we know about, well, maybe you don't know this, but you know, when you're driving in the summer and you look over at the trees and there's like a mist, or the Smoky Mountains, they get their name from, it looks like smoke. Well, those are essential oils that the trees are releasing, especially in the heat, to shield themselves from the sun. So this Valor oil helped me with my mood, and it started me on my healing journey. So the next oil I got, I went through, I think, a whole bottle of Valor, a small bottle of 5 ml, and I ordered another one, and I was getting to the end of that, and I decided, you know, I think I'm going to check out these oils, and I ordered a premium starter kit. And I started diffusing. I used peppermint. I diffused lemon, really lifted my mood. I would diffuse lavender to help me sleep at night. And I also bought, this is another game changer for me, Joy oil, if you guys haven't used this one. It's not in the premium starter kit, but Joy oil. I switch out between Valor and Joy depending on my mood, but I used this every day for well over a year. And okay, I can't say that. All I can say is that this helped my mood. I put it on my heart chakra every day. I wear it as perfume. It makes me so joyful. It's a really good oil. The other one, I can't say why I started this, but I read a Korean study about clary sage, and I inhale this every day. It's really good to support female hormones. So I think that's why it helped with the, whatever it was I was trying to help myself with. So, I mean, seriously, I just kind of go, it looks really funny, but clary sage. But those 3 oils and the premium starter kit started me on this journey that I've been on for 5 years. And my life has changed incredibly. I mean, I've gotten physically in better shape, mentally, that may be questionable, but no, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, I have really grown, and I attribute it to Young Living and the oils. So what are essential oils? People who are listening to this say, I don't know, what are they? They are the most powerful part of the plant. And as I was saying about the trees in Arkansas in the summertime, they are like the lifeblood of the plant. It's not, it's what the plant uses to heal itself and to protect itself. They're aromatic. That's why you can smell them. I'm sorry. I said I was going to do the Sarah Harnish thing, but this is a cool story. There is a lima bean plant in South America that protects itself from a particular caterpillar by releasing an essential oil that attracts the wasp that eats the caterpillar. How cool is that? Anyway, they're the most powerful part of the plants. It's what plants use to heal themselves and protect themselves. And it's what we can use to heal and protect ourselves too. The lemon stuff is cold pressed from the lemon rind. And you think about what is a lemon, what is an orange? The rind protects the fruit and protects the seeds, right? So essential oils are distilled from shrubs, flowers, trees, the roots sometimes, bushes, They're cold pressed from rinds. Resins like frankincense, myrrh, sandalwood. If you don't know what a resin is, the resin is, oh, because I grew up in the South, I'm really familiar with pine sap or pine resin. It's sticky. So when a tree is injured, when it's cut, it oozes down this resin to heal itself. And you can harvest the resin and distill it and get a healing oil from it. So oils consist of over 100 natural organic compounds. They're amazing. They support our bodies in so many different ways. They support our skeletal, love this picture, our skeletal system, our muscular system, circulatory system, endocrine system, our respiratory system. I use a lot of oils for respiratory support. Our immune system. I don't get sick hardly ever, probably because of the stress, you know. The oils help me manage my stress levels. And hormones. They help your brain health. Oh, you know, you really can't read those things. They help you maintain a healthy weight, unless you eat the way I do sometimes. As I said, my journey really started with the emotions and spiritual support, stress support. I teach another class, you can watch for it, on Bible oils and how they were used even in biblical times. They help me, and jump in if you have a question. You can unmute yourself and just jump in with a question or a comment, because I know I've got some peeps. I got some oily peeps on here, so jump in with a question if you want. A chemical-free home, as I said on my little trailer for advertising this afternoon, there are over 185,000 chemicals in the United States that are put into products, and we put about 300 of those on our bodies every day, 80 of them before breakfast, mainly in our soap and our, laundry. I mean, you can, in our cleaners, a lot of the cleaners that I used to use really would bother my lungs. And then you read on the back of the bottle and it says, open the window, use in a well-ventilated area. In other words, like, don't breathe this crap. And I was buying it. And I was washing down my kitchen with it and then putting my food on it and then eating it. So you can literally start swapping out every single chemical cleaning product or toxin in your home to live a purer lifestyle. And you can do it without breaking the bank. I stopped burning candles. I like scents. Well, there's a whole other class that I'm working on emotions. Scents are really connected to our emotions. And so a lot of people do like to burn candles or those little scentsy wax things. And we like, it creates a homey feeling. But the chemicals that are in there, my gosh, I was reading about the wicks in the candles. They're not supposed to have lead in them, but there are small traces of lead. They probably come from China, who knows, but some of the wicks. So what you can do is diffuse, you know, and this is a completely natural product, and it's actually helping your body instead of hurting it. So there are over 300 oils on the earth, but you really only need like 10 to 20, and that's what we're going to talk about, you know, building a good kit for your home to make this change. Okay, people say, well, what do I do with them? You don't have to be an aromatherapist to use oils. Most of the time, you just rub it on your skin. That's the British way. Shanley, I know you just came from Britain. Yes, the British are, okay, I have British friends. I love the British, but they're a bit uptight about things, a bit. So they will rub it on the skin, but they don't just rub it on what we call neat. They put it in a carrier oil, and they're very, very careful with it. Yes, very careful. So you can do that. And that's what I did with like my Valor oil. I would just put it here on my wrist. Now, if I were British, it's like, oh, you forgot to put some olive oil in there. But no, you can just rub it on. It goes straight into the bodily systems because the molecular structure of essential oils is so small, it just goes straight in there. You can ingest them. The French do. You can put them in a capsule. You can just, I don't know how this is going to taste. I'm just going to lick some clary sage here. Ooh, doesn't taste very good. In fact, it really tastes bad. Let me get some water. Okay. Note to self, when teaching, do not spontaneously ingest whatever happens to be lying around. Okay. But you can ingest them. Now, a word of caution, These are Young Living oils. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. It's okay for me to ingest these, but it is not okay to ingest other essential oils. The Germans, they have the right idea. They said, you should just diffuse it. That way it goes into your nose and it goes everywhere. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, the Germans, they're the smartest. So, anyway, that really are three major schools of thought on how to use essential oils. I use all three. I put lemon in my water and grapefruit and orange in my tea, sometimes just like iced tea with some orange. And I apply them topically and I diffuse. I have a diffuser in every room in my house. So how do they enter? Okay, this is really interesting. Tests have shown that oils reach the heart, liver, and thyroid in 3 seconds when inhaled. Woo! So I got all kinds of, I have just like a chemical party going on here. Woo, natural chemicals. They were found in the bloodstream in 26 seconds when applied topically. So when I put that Valor on, within 26 seconds, it was in my bloodstream. See how brave I look? And how long do they last? They did some studies and it says expulsion of essential oils takes place in 3 to 6 hours in a normal, healthy body. Now this is interesting. In people who were sick, it took about 14 hours for the essential oils to be expelled from the body. And I think that that's because the body knew it needed to hold on to the oils for the healing. Anyway, when you inhale it, like the Germans say, it goes straight to the nasal cavity, into the olfactory bulb, and into the limbic system of the brain, which is where all of your emotions are. I'm a pretty emotional person. Those of you who know me, you know, when I'm happy, man, I am happy. And when I am sad, I'm in tears. You know, that's just how I am. My emotions are all, Anita, I see you laughing in that screen. Yeah, okay. I'm just an emotional person. I can take an oil and just rub it here and I don't have to have a diffuser. I can just do this and instantly, yeah, feel better. So, because they go straight into our system. So what about the history of essential oils? This is interesting. They were first mentioned in the Bible in Genesis chapter 37 when the slave traders that took Joseph, it said that they carried spices, balm, and myrrh. And the very last thing in Genesis, Joseph's father was anointed with myrrh for burial. And Jesus, of course, was given frankincense, myrrh, and gold. Most people, if they've heard anything about essential oils, they know about frankincense and myrrh from the Bible. They are mentioned 1,100 times directly or indirectly in Scripture. And it's not just the Bible. The Egyptians used essential oils. The Greeks used essential oils. The Chinese used essential oils. Some of the oldest, most successful cultures in the world used essential oils. And we are just now rediscovering them, just after World War II. And every year, the science on their uses is growing and growing and growing. You can go to pubmed.gov and type in the names, or just go to Google and type in frankincense, myrrh, clary sage. Just type in those and see what you can find. There are a lot of studies being done. Not as many studies as there are clinical trials on pharmaceuticals because you can't patent an essential oil. And so you can't really make a lot of money. Like, who was that guy that was selling the EpiPen for so much? Anyway, it's not something that people can get rich quick off of. So I think that we really have to take our health back into our own hands and do our own research, experiment, and see what works with our bodies to keep ourselves healthy, especially with the way healthcare is in the United States. We're going to have to take care of ourselves. And ultimately, I think, we are personally responsible for our own health. So, and as a mother, you gotta look and see what you're doing, what you're giving your kids, and, keep everybody healthy. It's our job. Okay. So there are different grades of oils. Grade A, the one I just ate, all of the ones from Young Living are grade A therapeutic. They're made from organically grown plants and they're distilled at a low temperature. This is important because you get a higher quality oil. It takes longer, but you get a better oil. And Young Living is constantly doing research and coming up. Gary Young is, well, I'm not going to say he's a nut. He's a fanatic about oils and how can I get the best oil possible. There's not a slide on this, so I can go and tell you. He discovered that if you make the distillery cap pointed instead of a dome shaped, that you got a better oil. So even our distillery vats are different from other companies. Anyway, then there's food grade. Now, food grade oils you can eat. Obviously, when some people say, like, don't ingest essential oils. It's like, well, for Pete's sake, what do you think peppermint oil is? Durr. But the thing is, food grade essential oils may contain synthetics because you can try to chemically recreate. You can study an essential oil, and we still don't know all the compounds that are in them, but you can get it close enough where it's like, hey, that smells like lavender. So it could be synthetic. It could be from plants that were covered with pesticides, fertilizers, which also aren't good for you, chemical extenders, or carrier oils. They might have diluted them. So that's grade B. Grade C, perfume, but they also contain adulterating chemicals and solvents to gain a higher yield. And some of the solvents, unfortunately, can be cancerous, and many are in store-bought oils. I love to go down the essential oil aisle in Walmart. And the first clue that there's something amiss is that all of the oils are the same price. Okay, so which tells you something, because some of these oils are really hard to get. We'll talk about later. And if you flip over the bottles, it'll say, do not apply topically. I mean, it's so bad you can't even put it on your skin, and you certainly don't ingest it. You don't know what's in that bottle of oil. They also may be diluted 80 to 95% with alcohol. Well, I mean, I guess if you have a drinking problem, that might be good. But as far as therapeutic grade, you don't want those. And sometimes grade D is just floral water. Shanley and I got to go to the distillery at the Mona Farm in Utah. And you can go down and you can actually see how it separates. You've got the oil comes off at the top, and then you've got this water stuff at the bottom. That's called floral water. And they sell that as floral water, but some maybe more unsavory companies might take that and dilute the oil, just to make it go farther so you can make more money. So now this is interesting. To be labeled pure, you only have to have 5% of the bottle with oil. So this actually says, after the oil is pulled out, the leftover floral water is sold to companies. They will in turn fill 5% of the bottle with this floral water and top the rest off with carriers and label it pure, because the FDA allows that. So just because we can't know everything about the oils, you got to know your company. And I trust Young Living because I know what I'm getting. Yeah, because why would you want 5%? I mean, that'd be like going into your refrigerator and taking out your orange juice and putting 5% in the glass and filling up 95% of your glass with water and going, ooh, this is good. No. Okay. Seed to Seal. There's an entire website, seedtoseal.com, where you can learn more about Young Living's commitment to providing pure, high quality oils. Gary Young said he never made an oil for a profit. He made it for a purpose. And he starts with the best seed. They actually go around, they find the best seeds from the plants. Now, I'm a gardener, so I'm really into this. Lydia Shadman probably is too. That the best seeds are going to produce the best plants, and the best plants will produce the most potent oils. Cultivated. The plants are hand weeded. Shanley and I crawled around in the lavender fields, and you can see some weeds because they haven't just, sprayed killing pesticides all over everything. People can actually go to the farms. That's an amazing thing about Young Living. You don't know where that other stuff comes from, but you can go to a Young Living farm or a Young Living partner farm and go see for yourself. There are no pesticides, no chemicals, weed killers. The plants are harvested at their peak. I watched a video. You can find this on YouTube. It's Gary Young in Ecuador, and this cracks me up. Like I said, he is just fanatical about the best stuff. And it's where they grow the ylang-ylang, which is a flower. Well, the flowers have to be picked right at dawn, and he was to get the best oil. So he's got those poor people out there picking these flowers, and he pays them by, you know, the kilogram, but they go through and make sure that it's not just like any old flower just crammed into a bag. It's got to be the peak flower. So ylang ylang is an expensive oil. And if you want to know why, go watch that video. And you're like, well, for Pete's sake, yeah, that's a lot of work going into it. Cultivating it, getting the best thing, distilling it. Like I said, he tests to make sure that he's getting the highest quality oil he can possibly get. We test it, and then Young Living sends it out to third-party labs, and they test it to make sure, you know, that, because it's always good to have a sort of like a peer-reviewed comment. So we test it, and then we bottle it and seal it. We can't sell an open bottle, because you know that when you crack that seal, you've got the purest, most potent oil that you can possibly get. Yeah, it's not a slogan, it's a promise. You know that it's good stuff. Why do companies sell oils more cheaply? Well, duh, to save money. Because if you spray your crop with pesticides, you have more crop to distill. Of course, you can't see all that crap that's down in there. If you use a chemical solvent to extract the oil, you pull more out. I don't know if you've thought about this, because people say, how come your bottle of lavender, that small one, Karen Cag, you sell me for 17 bucks and I can get it for $5 at Walmart? Like, well, because when you buy a $17 bottle of lavender from me, it's going to last you forever because it's so potent. And that one in Walmart, it may have been, it might not even be the first distillation. Shanley and I got to see, they open up those vats and they put all the material in. I think they were doing juniper while we were there. Yeah, so they're like forking all this juniper in, and then they distill it, and the oil that they use is the first distillation because it's the most potent. Other companies will just add more water, distill it 2, more water 3, sometimes 4 or 5 times, and so the oil that you're getting is not as potent. And then they'll put those chemical solvents to pull more oil out of the plant, but then you got the chemical solvent. So just make sure that you know what you're getting. Yeah, here, this is kind of some interesting information. How oils are made and how much it takes. I've been in Young Living for 5 years. I just bought a bottle of rose oil for the first time this year. It was $185 and it was tiny. It was, okay, this is the big bottle. It was like the 5 ml. Why is rose oil so expensive? Well, it takes 60,000 rose blossoms to provide 1 ounce of rose oil. Lavender's pretty abundant. I mean, you have to have 200, this is still mind-boggling, 220 pounds to get 7 pounds of oil. Jasmine is another really expensive oil. It takes 8 million hand-picked blossoms to produce 2.2 pounds of oil. Yeah, so sandalwood trees. And we have a whole farm in Australia now that does like the Indian sandalwood. And we have a farm on the big island of Hawaii. I think this is cool. And it's a reclamation project where the land had been over harvested. And so we planted Royal Hawaiian sandalwood trees there. But the sandalwood and the frankincense, okay, sandalwood trees need to be 30 years old and 30 feet tall and 90% dead before Young Living will harvest them. So part of our commitment is to the earth, to the planet, because these oils are precious and you want to make sure that it's sustainable. Frankincense trees have to be 80 years old before you can harvest from them. Oh, here's another side note that's cool. Young Living is the only company in the world that is allowed into Oman to distill and export oils. The sandalwood that we get from Oman, that's called our no, I'm sorry, not sandalwood, frankincense. Our sacred frankincense comes from Oman, and that was reserved just for the royal families of Saudi Arabia and Oman. But Gary Young developed a relationship with people in Oman because he went there. This is the thing. He's kind of, like I said, he's really gung-ho about it. He goes there, he researches, he learns as much as he can, and they trust him. So we have a partner farm there. But anyway, it takes a lot of work to get the oil. I guess that's the point. And a little tiny bit goes a long way. Most of the oils are between 10 and 30 bucks. The citrus oils are cheap, you know, and it's easier to get those rinds. you know, if you're making orange juice, you just get those rinds and then we can, you know, press that out. A big bottle of orange, and I diffuse orange a lot because it makes me happy, and it's only 10 bucks wholesale price. 10 bucks for a big bottle, and it lasts a long time. A 5 ml bottle contains about 85 drops. Now, when I just told you with my Valor, sometimes I don't even do a drop because I'm cheap. Sometimes I just take the edge of my bottle and do this. I don't. Can you see that? Can you see that I got? Nah. I get oil just like that. Don't even have to put a drop. It goes a long, long, long way. So you can get between 45 to 85 applications with a little bottle, and between 83 and 250 applications with the big bottle. Thieves Cleaner. Okay, I'll talk about that just a little bit. Thieves is one of the greatest oils, and you can take the Thieves Cleaner, 1 capful in a big spray bottle, and it costs about $1.50. I mean, you can't even buy that at the grocery store that cheap, the organic stuff. So are they safe? Yes. Okay. The citrus oils are photosensitive, like lemon, grapefruit. So you don't want to like rub yourself down with grapefruit oil because you're trying to suppress your appetite and then go out in the sun because you will get burnt. So you have to be careful of that. So you just watch for redness. Dilute with a carrier oil like coconut oil or olive oil, especially on kids if you're not sure. Anita, I know you've got kids. If you wanted to oil your kids up, you would probably, I'd put it on the bottoms of their feet. And if they're young kids, I would put a little bit of olive oil or coconut oil. I love coconut oil. Just mix it with that. And the reason it's better is because coconut oil, olive oil, all of the fatty oils, palm oil, those are all made from seeds. And how did I just say essential oils come? They're distilled. The fatty oils have a big molecular structure. So when you rub olive oil on your skin, it's like this. Okay, I've been reading chemistry books, y'all. It has like a great big molecular structure. The essential oils have little tiny ones. So to get into your skin, they have to kind of bounce around through, without the sound effects, but bounce around through those large molecules to get in. So it takes it a little bit longer. It dilutes it. Also, if you ever get oils in your eyes, which I'm really clumsy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Those of you who were here before I started recording heard that I dumped my diffuser in my lap. Yeah. I've gotten oils like near my eye. You don't want to, if you have to put like maybe lavender or something, like maybe you got a little something here and you want to put lavender, I would use a Q-tip, you know, because if you get oils in your eye and it burns, you can't wash it out. You have to use, you guessed it, olive oil. You have to use a fatty oil to get it out. As far as ingesting, some people say, well, how do you know which ones are safe, which ones aren't? Well, what's it called? The National Institute. Anyway, there's oh crap. Shanley, can you remember what it's called? The NHI, I think it's the NHIH.
National Institute of Health, NIH.
Thank you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the NIH. They have labeled particular oils as generally regarded as safe, grass, and those are fine. But for FDA purposes, we created so there would be no confusion, because FDA says that you can't label an oil for topical use and ingesting. So it's exactly the same oil, like tangerine, if it has the white label, it's the same oil as the tangerine with the orange label. It's just that you know this is safe to ingest. Lime, citrus fresh, bergamot, grapefruit. You can put them in capsules, or you can just put it straight into your food, or I still taste that clary sage on my tongue. You can just put it right on your tongue. Or a lot of people put a drop of frankincense under their tongue, 1 drop a day. You can do that. Oh, I went out of order. I already talked about that. So the carrier oil, like I said, I think coconut is my very favorite because it doesn't really have a scent. I use the virgin, I use the virgin, oh yeah, the virgin coconut oil, and it doesn't have that smell. Okay, yeah, think about it. We were talking about this really at the beginning, but when you look at the chemicals that are in your soap, that are in your shampoo, that are in your cleaners, and you're putting those on your skin, and our skin is the largest organ of our body. I mean, it's an organ, and we absorb, and children absorb even faster. Um, you can replace, like moisturizer. Well, actually, I like to buy the Young Living moisturizer because I'm not that big of a do-it-yourselfer. But my gosh, if you really want to save money, I used to just take my frankincense, buy coconut, the virgin organic coconut oil at the grocery store, whip it with a beater, the little, like I'm cooking it for supper, and I would put frankincense, like 1 drop in, or probably use like 3 drops in a little tub I would make, and I would use that. Um, it's it's cheaper and it's healthier. No yuck. So I'm just going to talk about when you get a premium starter kit, which is what I started with when I really just dove in. The 11 oils that you get. Oh, that's 6, 5, 11. There. I've been teaching kids in China. 10 plus 1 is 11. Yeah, okay. Frankincense is one of the top skin oils. We sometimes call it the coconut oil of the oils because you can use it for so many things. It's a key ingredient in brain power, which is what I'm diffusing. And it smells good, the brain power. A lot of the blends, sometimes people say, well, why did Gary Young make so many blends? Because there really are. We have a bunch of different blends. They're for specific purposes. So we know that frankincense is good for the brain, but he's also got some that are more, help you more with focus and help you stay awake. This is a really bright, peppy smelling one. Frankincense is really good too. A lot of times I'll just diffuse it, but I can put it like a drop on my hands and just do this before prayer time. And it helps me calm down. It helps sort of connect to source, if you will. It's really good for grounding, which, as if you know me, I get really excited and sometimes I need that grounding. And frankincense does it without making me go. Lavender. Now, if I just need to go, lavender is the one I use. Anita and Lydia, I think I had you before. Were you in my classes when I used to pass around the bottle of lavender before a test? Yes? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, you don't have to unmute, but I had a lot of students that they're just like this before a test, and so it didn't cost me anything to just open up the bottle and say, here, yep, pass this around, take a hit, just smell it. And I could watch the students just go kind of like, huh, okay, I can do this. And I also would pass around peppermint, since we're on this slide. Peppermint, there are lots of studies that show peppermint really helps you focus. Peppermint's good for lots of stuff. So anyway, I would just pass around peppermint and lavender. It's like, and I didn't diffuse it. Sometimes people would say, why didn't you diffuse? I'm like, well, I don't know. I think I'm so sensitive about people burning candles and going into the department store and people spraying perfume on me. I'm kind of sensitive about my breathing space, so I didn't want to just diffuse the whole classroom. Of course, once you open those bottles, you can kind of smell it, but to give them a little more independence. But peppermint is really good for waking up. As I said, I've been teaching Chinese kids. I have to get up at 4 in the morning because to start teaching at 5, which is 6 in the evening in Beijing, I got to be awake. So I pulled out the peppermint this morning because I was a little, so I was like, okay, ready to go. Hello. Yeah. It's also really good for digestion. It helps, well, can we say it? It helps your bowel function and your healthy gut. Yeah. Helps a healthy digestive tract. Yeah, we're Southern. We don't really talk about those things, but yeah, that's good. Another one you get is purification. It really does work to freshen the air and eliminate odors. You can add it to a carrier oil to moisturize your skin or for massage. It does have things that sort of inhibits annoyances outside, so you can put it on before you go outside. My best story is about purification. Well, I have 2. Purification is the only oil I know that takes the smell of cigarette smoke out. My dad, the one I was saying who really kind of started me on this journey, after he died, he had a plastic box with all of his important papers. And my dad smoked his whole life. And I opened up that box. It's like, it was bad. It was really bad. Now I smoked for 27 years and I knew it smelled bad, but it's not until you quit smoking until you go like, oh yeah, that smells really bad. So I thought, I wonder if this will work. I put one drop of purification on a cotton ball, opened up the lid, pumped it in there and shut it, and I left it overnight, and it took the smoke smell out. Yeah. Um, I've given it to a friend who bought a used vehicle and it had kind of a funky scent. And I said, I put a drop on a cotton ball and stuck it under her seat. She said, hey, that works. I'm like, I'm telling you. And the best story I have is my son, who is an Eagle Scout, and he went to Philmont in New Mexico for a 12-day backpacking adventure, which is part of being an Eagle Scout, I understand. But he came back with that backpack full of dirty clothes, and I couldn't believe that something I gave birth to could smell that bad. I opened up that bag and it was like, oh my, ugh. So normally, see this Thieves down here? Normally I use Thieves. And so I washed his clothes with the Thieves laundry detergent, and I put some extra Thieves in there too, and I washed the clothes, and it was like, they still were stanky. And so I thought, it's time for the pull out the purification. So I did. And it took the whatever that was, stinky man's smell out. Stress away. Oh, well, here, Thieves. Let me go ahead and talk about Thieves. Thieves is so popular. It is such a good blend. It has cinnamon, clove, rosemary, lemon, and, oh, I'm pulling a blank. What else does it have, Shanley? Lydia?
Isn't it frankincense?
No, dang it. It's something kind of cinnamon, clove,
Nutmeg?
rosemary, lemon.
Nutmeg? Oh God, now I
No,
have to. I'll get my book.
I can't believe I'm pulling a blank. Where's my brain power? Cinnamon. If I could smell my Thieves, which I didn't bring, I thought, oh, I've got the slides. Cinnamon,
It
clove.
has clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus radiata, and rosemary.
Yes, that's it. Eucalyptus. I knew I was forgetting something. Who was that brilliant person? Was that you, Lydia?
Yes.
Yay, thank you. Eucalyptus radiata. Yeah, okay. So those 5 oils. Yeah. Oh, I'm afraid I can't tell the story. Or if I don't use the words. Okay, it's called Thieves because people during the Middle Ages, during a particular period that was very rough, and people may have died, these thieves would go in and rob the bodies, but they didn't get sick. And so when they were caught, they said, okay, what did you use? We won't kill you for robbing all these people if you will tell us what you used. And they said, okay, we used cinnamon, clove, rosemary, eucalyptus, and lemon. And it's such a powerful blend that we have an entire line. Like I said, you can make Thieves. Actually, I'll just use it sometimes like with some water and just make like a Thieves spray. Yeah, it's great. Stress away. Oh, now, like I said, not all of the oils smell good, but stress away smells really good. It's really good with emotional issues. It's good. I like to put it on the back of my neck because I carry all my stress here. So when I'm just feeling like this, I'll do a little stress away back there. And I'm like, that feels better. Yeah, it has copaiba in it, which is a tree oil that's actually just straight tapped from the tree in Brazil. And it's a really powerful oil. I think of it kind of as like the frankincense of South America. But what makes it smell so good is the lime and the cedar wood, and I think ocotea and vanilla. So it smells really yummy. Lemon. Okay, everybody knows lemon. Lemon is really, really versatile. I like to put it in water. Oh, I just used it. I bought a shelf at Goodwill yesterday, and lemon is really good if you have like a price tag that you can't get that sticky glue. One tiny bit of lemon, and it just, lemon, okay, all of the citrus things, they eat through petrochemicals, and a lot of those glues are petrochemicals, which is why it's so good in your body. If you put it like just a drop, when you get up in the morning, put a drop of lemon in some water and drink it, it helps clean all those toxins out of your body. If you don't believe me, you got Shanley's like, I got it going on. Do not drink lemon water in a styrofoam cup. You want to see how it eats through petrochemicals? Put a drop of lemon on a styrofoam cup. It will just eat through it because it eats
And
through
there's one comment I do want to make is
yeah.
you know how a lot of people like to boil their lemon water using like lemon juice and stuff in the morning? The thing
Oh
that I
yeah.
love about the lemon oil is that it doesn't have the acid as the lemon juice does, so it won't erode your teeth.
That's right. That's right. But so you get the benefits without, and isn't that interesting? So the citric acid will eat through the enamel on your teeth, but the oil will eat through the petrochemicals in your body. Yeah, so it's a great detoxer. Thank you, Lydia. Copaiba, like I said, it promotes overall wellness. It supports nearly every system in the body. It's a great oil. It has hardly any smell. So if you're sensitive to smells, Copaiba is a good one for, well, gosh, for just about everything. I can't say much. If you have any questions about particulars, you can private message me, and I can talk more one-on-one, but I have to be compliant. I'm not a doctor. These aren't medicine, so we have to be really careful how we talk about them. But if you want some personal testimony, I would be happy to tell you. Just not just not right here where I'm going to post it on YouTube. Panaway. Oh, Panaway is my friend. It smells like a wintergreen lifesaver because the main oil in it is wintergreen. So you open it up and it's like, that smells good. I use it on my knees. I use it on my lower back sometimes. It has wintergreen and helichrysum. That's not compliant, which is a really good oil, and peppermint. So it's a lot of people become a wholesale member because of Panaway. I can't tell you how many bottles of Panaway I have sold, because the thing I love about it is, because I'm not really a very good salesman, but I'm really good at giving things away and helping people. So I just say, like, here, rub this on, or like, here, smell my fingers. But they work so well, and people come back and say, that helped my grandma. She wants some of that. So, like, here you go, let's sign up. Digize. This smells disgusting. I told you I'm not a very good salesman. Digize has ginger, which smells kind of, fresh ginger smells good to me, but the ginger oil doesn't smell good to me. But this stuff works. You can put like a couple of drops into some water. Oh, to be compliant, for a stimulating beverage with a little peppermint. The peppermint is to mask that horrible smell, I think, because it's just like, ugh. I do this. Sometimes I'll put it in a veggie cap, because I can put it in the veggie cap and swallow it, and it helps with any kind of digestive issues. I don't know if I can say this compliantly. Rachel Powell, one of my very good friends, she just gave birth to her 4th child. But she says, I use Digize a lot, just a little. She dilutes it and rubs it on the tummy for any kind of digestive issues with her babies. And she's a good mama, and she would not subject her children to anything bad. But she said, I've had really good luck. RC, oh, wow. RC has... How many? Oh, Lydia, you still have your book? How many different kinds of eucalyptus are in RC? Are there 5? There's 4 or 5. There are 5. Yeah, Shanley's going, 5 different kinds of eucalyptus. Oh, man. You smell some RC and you're just like, oh, yeah. It supports a healthy respiratory system. I can say that. Yeah, for a comforting aroma. You can put it on your feet, on your chest. Yeah. I use a lot of RC. Yes, okay. This is probably too much to put on a PowerPoint slide, I know, but the true reason I teach, and I'll just talk, the true reason I teach is because I feel really passionately about helping people get off of toxic chemicals. I can't tell you how, I can't say, okay, just, I struggled with things in my life, physically and emotionally, mentally, and I really believe that all of those are interconnected. I mean, I think that every physical ailment that is a manifestation of something emotional, maybe like suppressed trauma. It's like, and you can't grow up without childhood trauma, right? Did anybody have like a perfectly happy childhood? If you did, don't tell me. But, you know, and I think that we push, I'm really good at stuffing, pushing things down, like, I won't think about that now, I'll think about that tomorrow, you know, but that's going to come up in some kind of way. And I believe that you can use natural, well, food. Now, Lydia is a nutritionist, and she'll tell you, your diet, and Lydia, I'm still working on my diet. I know I need to work on that some more. But what we eat, physical inactivity, and the chemicals that we're exposed to, that has a lot to do with, I think, why we have such high cancer rates in the United States. The American Cancer Society says only 5 to 10% of cancer is due to gene defects. That means 90 to 95% of cancer cases are under our control. Now,
it is important to note that like most of the diseases we're actually seeing, even the anxieties and depression, they are all related to your diet, basically. And that's why I like the essential oils, because a lot of them improve the microbiome layer in your gut. And like they affect your mood. And the one thing that I found out that was, reading my advanced nutrition stuff is that basically most of our serotonin production is from our lower intestine. So basically where your happiness is coming from is your gut.
That's so cool. They're doing a lot of research on that now, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much more research out because nutrition is like still a very new research field. Like sometimes it's frustrating to sit in like college classes because they're still teaching like 10-year-old information that doesn't really apply anymore because we have so much more evidence to show that, a lot of the stuff that we used to believe is incorrect. So
yeah. Thank you, Lydia. Because that's is so much more articulate of what I was trying to say, is that the reason I quit, Lydia was my student, Anita was my student. I taught college English for 32 years. And while I think it's important to be able to use good grammar and to express yourself in writing and to read the great literature of the world to be able to understand, solve this existential crisis that we all find ourselves in, while that's important, I feel really driven to share this information with people much more so than anything else I've ever done in my life. So, because it's time. We got to do something. The chemicals, oh my gosh. Here, the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health studied 2,983 ingredients in our home products. 314 caused biological mutations. 218 caused reproductive problems. I can't read that. I think it was like 700 something were toxic to the body. 146 were known to cause cancer tumors. You can just go and pull out anything that you may have in your cabinets and just Google like dangers of anything that you see on there that you can't pronounce, and you will be shocked, like, oh my gosh. We can't control everything. We're going to move out into the world and walk down the street and you're going to be breathing chemicals. As an organic gardener, I used to get frustrated because I'd see my neighbors out there just spraying the crap out of their fence line with Roundup, and I can't control everything, but there's a lot that I can control. So I'm going to be in control of what comes into my house and what I'm going to use on my body. The most dangerous chemicals at home, I used to use those plug-ins. Those are horrible. Any kind of air freshener. Gosh, when I go to the grocery store, I'm so glad I don't have to go down that laundry and air freshener aisle because I can't breathe. I mean, I just kind of seize up. It's terrible. All the chemical cleaning supplies. And we're eating things, like I said, cleaned with those toxic chemicals. They found that fabric softener is one of the worst things you can use. I use little wool balls, and remember my purification story, purification on wool balls. You can go on Pinterest and you can find do-it-yourself dryer sheets that you can make with essential oils. You probably have heard this before, that the air quality inside your home is 5 to 7 times more toxic than the outdoor air quality. And we're in control of that. And those of you who have children, or pets, because I'm just as attached to my cats as I am to my son, I think. They don't have any choice about that, and we're exposing them to chemicals in our home. So I think it's really, really important to at least clean our houses out. So here, 3 cabinet challenge. I would ask each one of you to go into your home, look in your laundry room, look under the sink, look in your bathroom. Oh man, and see what you find. Google it. You can check out the safety rating on www.ewg.org. There's a phone app. You can, oh good, I got a text from my son. I'm about to head home, Meeps. Good. There's a phone app called Think Dirty. It's not what you think. Wait, can you see that? that little Think Dirty. You can download that for free. Hey, what you got, Anita? Purification, yay. Yay. That's the best stuff. You can, you can use that purification in, if you don't have Thieves laundry cleaner, just get rid of what you've got and maybe get some completely chemical dye and perfume free. Oh, peace and calming. I'm sorry, I'm looking at, can y'all see Anita? She's holding up some bottles. Peace and calming. Oh, I love that. I'm hoarding it because we ran out of it for a while. I have a whole stash of peace and calming. Yeah. But you can unmute yourself. Here, I'm going to unmute you. I think. Unmute. Yeah, talk, Anita. I can't hear you. Okay, shoot. Do you have a microphone? No. That's okay. I think you can type later. That's right. We'll see. Maybe you can type it. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, you can just start slow. Get what you can and just get started. Make smarter choices. Get rid of candles. Get rid of air fresheners. Your shampoo, your deodorant. Oh, the aluminum in deodorant is bad for you. You can just, well, you can just be au natural, or you can put some essential oils in there. Okay, I actually did use Thieves toothpaste in my pits. It works. Gives you a little tingle, but yeah, it's pretty good. We also have a deodorant, and I'm going to get that on my essential rewards this month because I'm going to try it. Anyway, you can't, most of us don't have it $160 or $300 or $500 just to like, I'm going to throw all this away and just start all over. So you can just start small. Just every little bit that you do will make a difference. So we have lines of shampoo, soap. I love my soap. Face stuff. What do you call it? Moisturizer. I take a lot of vitamins. I take my omega Gi's, which is like the fish oil, which is good for keeping my cholesterol in check. I think I can say that. Keeping me above the wellness line. I take vitamin C. I take vitamin B. The ImmuPro that I sold Anita, that stuff is really, really good. I take it sometimes when I feel like I really need an immune system boost. Do you guys take any of these products, Shanley, Angela?
I take Essential Zymes 4, and Brian takes Longevity every day.
Oh yeah, I take Longevity every day too. I'm out. I need to get some more. Longevity has frankincense. I've got my stepdad on Longevity and Ningxia Red, which I drink every day. Life 9, Lydia was I should have shown the bottle. I'm going to get it. Oh, no, I'm not, because if I do, I might knock my diffuser over. The Life 9 probiotic has even more than, see the Life 5 there? I don't know if I can get around all my cords. Let me see. I did, yay. Here it is. This stuff I take every night. And it has, oh my gosh, it has so many different kinds of the bacteria for your gut. And I can tell a difference. I think it really does help with my immune system and my mood. That's really, I think I can say mood. Anyway, it's good stuff. So where do you begin? Usually, I encourage people to go ahead and dive in and get the premium starter kit with the diffuser, like the one I just knocked in the floor. I like this dewdrop diffuser, and it's the only thing. If you get the premium starter kit, it's the only thing on the website that's about half off. So you get this diffuser and you get 11 bottles of therapeutic grade oil. One of those oils is frankincense, which is an expensive oil. So it's really a great deal. That's what you get. You get 2 packets of Ningxia Red. I'm going to do another class just on the Ningxia Red. It's wolfberry puree with pomegranate juice, blueberry juice, aronia juice. It's like the super fruit, great stuff. Angela, we were talking about it the other night. I'm going to post some stuff in our Dream Builders about Ningxia Red because it is amazing. Anyway, that's the starter kit. You also get little bottles to share with other people. You get an aroma glide thing that you can roll it on. on the go. That's really good. A little word of warning though, the roller bottle makes the oil come out really fast. So you can, you have to be careful. Put it in an oil that you really are probably going to slather on. But anyway, when you get the premium starter kit, that's a wholesale membership, which means you automatically get 24% off of everything. And you have a wholesale membership that it's kind of like a Costco membership, but you only have to spend $50 a year. So yeah, it's really, really
Plus
cheap.
it's a one-time purchase. You don't have to buy it every year like Costco.
Yeah, once you do it, as long as you're buying at least $50, which I do the Essential Rewards program, which I need to talk about in a minute. And it's easy. And $50, since I cut out sodas, my gosh, I don't know how long ago you had me, Anita. Did you have me when I used to have a Diet Dr. Pepper in my hand constantly? I used to drink. Hey, I can hear you.
Yes, I went and got my microphone.
Yay!
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You used to have your Diet Dr. Pepper and all that in class. So yeah.
Constantly.
Yes.
And so I'm not kidding. You guys probably think I'm exaggerating, but I know I spent $50 a month on soda. Really. And so to me, this is about just making changes. Just commit to like one change. Like I'm going to get this kit and I'm going to get rid of candles and I'm going to diffuse. And I'm going to start using these oils for different things. There's a Thieves Premium Starter Kit. Some people like to go this route. Instead of doing the diffuser and the oils, it's like, no, I want to go with the Thieves Cleaner, the Thieves Toothpaste, which I use, the Thieves Hand Sanitizer, Hand Purifier, I think I say, the Thieves Spray. You get a bottle of Thieves, you get a bottle of Stress Away. Oh, here, since I'm close to it. I have a Thieves hand soap in every room, every place where I might wash my hands. That's another starter kit you can start with if you want. And if you're really, really, really broke, and to me this is not that good of a deal, so I don't encourage it, you can get a basic starter kit for $45. The reason I don't encourage it is because I look at it and go like, dang, I get a bottle of Stress Away and 2 Ningxia Red packets. And so that's not as good a deal as getting the premium starter kit. But, life just gets in the way sometimes and you just don't have that much money. So what they do is they send you, I wonder if I brought that. No, I left it over there. They send you a premium starter kit box with your 1 bottle of Stress Away and the little empty slots. so you can get on Essential Rewards and just fill that puppy in, as you go along. Everybody's got to start somewhere. And you get some samples. So you get samples of Thieves, Peace and Calming, Lavender, Lemon. So it's a way to start for people who are really struggling. Lydia, you're a struggling college student, and most of your friends probably aren't just like floating away on a river of money. So, the premium starter kit's a better deal, but if this gets them started, sign them up like that. Everybody's got to start somewhere. And the reason to start with me, us, oh, look at us, there we are. Where's Shanley? There's Shanley. I see you right next to Jean Marie. This is part of our group at convention last year. And we're a group of people who are dedicated to this. And so we are people you can text, because people do. They text me at 11 o'clock at night like, what oil can, hey, I see you. What oil can I use for this? Or what do you think about that? Or how should I dilute this? That's what we're here for. And we have free classes in person. And I love Zoom because at least, like Shanley's in Arizona. Angela, where are you? I forget. Are you in Chicago? Lydia's in Central Arkansas.
Yes.
You're in Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've got a group of people spread all over the United States, and we're here to help you. So anyway, that's all I have to say, except I've got to tell you about the Essential Rewards program. What I was saying is that you get on it, you have to order $50 a month, which, like I said, is easy, really. Once you start swapping out, I buy my toothpaste, I buy shampoo, I'm going to start buying the deodorant, soap, cleaner, my face stuff. I use one moisturizer in the morning and another moisturizer at night. I used to buy the Estee Lauder.
Even just buying one Valor and one Peace and Calming a month, that'll do it right there.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I used to diffuse the peace and calming. Like I could go through a bottle a month, you know? Yeah.
I
Just
use
like,
that every night. We use that for bed every night.
I love peace. Anita, what were you trying to say about peace and, oh, okay. Yeah. We can't say that, but,
No, I know
good.
you can't say it, but that's what I use it for.
That's okay. I'll cut that part out before I put it on
Okay.
YouTube.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. Yeah. We just have to be really careful.
Yeah.
Because the big, yeah, FDA, I think what happens, no, I can't even say that. Never mind. I'm just going to go back. Karen Harrison sent me instructions on how to go back and cut things out because, yeah, I keep slipping. Yeah. The class I taught last week, I did big, I had to go back and just delete it. Okay. So just got to be careful, but yeah.
Okay, so start over, tell us about ER and start now.
ER, thank you. Thanks. I need some focus. Yeah. Essential rewards. You order $50 a month and you get, well, if you order 100, you get a free oil every month. Like this month, it's a free cinnamon bark, which is like 30 something bucks. So I always order 100. Well, because I do this as a business. And I get my commission checks that way. So I order $100 a month. I get a free oil and okay, I've been doing this more than 25 months. I get $25 back. So I spend 100, I get 25 back. Plus I'm saving 24% off of the retail price. So when you first sign up, you get 10% back. That's still great. If you order $100, you get $10 back. If you order 50, you get $5 back. And it goes into an account. I let mine build up to like 300 bucks, which doesn't take very long. And then I go and I spend it. You have to pay shipping like $7.99, but I'll get like $300 worth of stuff. So
I'm using it this month on Rose.
Oh, yay! Yeah. See, I mean, so you can treat yourself. I mean, you just watch it add up. I mean, it's like your cashback credit card on steroids. I mean, it's great. I love it. And I shop too. I don't know if you guys do this, but I'll go in, I look like, and I like fill up my quick order and I think, oh, I could get this. And I think, no, I think I'll go back and get this. Yeah. So
when you were talking about adding the carrier oil to mix with the essential oil, I do that with my daughter, and it helps her to relax at night with the lavender. I use the coconut oil.
I love it.
And she uses that to relax at night, and we've used that for years. And
good.
She does it herself now. So.
And how old is she?
She's 11.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one thing that gets me really, really excited is that I watch mothers start using them in the home, and then the kids, or like my friend Rachel, I said, who's got 4 kids. I mean, her oldest will come when he was like 2, he'd come up and say, some, when it's time for bed, or he'd hold his feet up. It's like, it's time to go to bed. It's time to put some lavender on the bottoms of my feet. And I'm like, I get excited because I think this is the change. It's coming. I can see it one drop at a time, one family at a time. And the kids, they do that. So anyway, the essential rewards is great. Also, you get free oils after you've been in 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. And then I finally got my loyalty oil. Oh, it smells so good. And you can't buy it. You can only get it if you're an Essential Rewards customer. So lots and lots of perks, because we know that it's a hard change to make, So the Essential Rewards gets you doing something every month to keep you, integrating more healthy habits into your home. So how to order. Okay, I'm not handing out a sheet because we're doing this on a webinar, but to become a wholesale member, it's really easy. You can just go to my website, aromacats.net, click become a member, and the first screen is already plugged in with my enroller number. Now I've got some of my team members on here. So say if somebody signs up and Shanley said, hey, I invited them, I'll say, okay, I can move them. So I'd move them under Shanley. Lydia, if you had some peeps that sign up, you just say, hey, so-and-so signed up, and I'll move them under you. But anyway, it's really easy. You just go through, you click, become a member, pick out your kit. We really have 3 kits. You can do the diffuser, you can do the thieves, or there's a whole kit on Ningxia Red. That's what I signed my stepdad up with because I have him drinking Ningxia Red every day. And so he signed up with the Ningxia Red kit. It's 170 instead of 160. But anyway, you put in your mailing info, your credit card info, and that's it. You're good to go. And you can, Anita, this would be interesting to you because you've been using the oils long enough that you've got stories about them, like those stories that I'm going to have to go back and cut out. But you just share with people. And you can, if you got somebody to join, you'll get a thanks for sharing bonus of $50. And so, I mean, that would pay for your essential rewards every month. Most people who do become wholesale members, most people don't do the business. I'm just like on fire with passion to do this, but most people, 93% of people in Young Living are just distributors, meaning that they sell to their friends, they order for their friends. Oh, a lot of people do this. They put on Facebook, hey, I'm placing my order, tell me what you want. And so their $50, or maybe $50 of their essential rewards is theirs, but they get another 50 in orders from other people. So they get a $100 order and get a free oil. So, I mean, most people do that. I think everybody should be building a side business, and that's a whole other class. I'm going to do a class on that. The author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and Warren Buffett, y'all know who Warren Buffett is. He has a network marketing business, and they talk about how important it is for, especially in this economy, everybody should have a little side business, if for nothing else, for the tax deductions. So, but if you don't want to do it full blown, you can just do it a little bit on the side and get some tax breaks and get your oils paid for. So to sum up, why do you need them? because we've got to get control of our health. We've got to be responsible and get rid of the chemicals, use healthy things in our homes with our children and our pets. You can use them on dogs. I've got a whole presentation on how to use essential oils with dogs. But if you start, I promise, if you'll start with the premium starter kit and then get on essential rewards and just take that first step on this oily journey, you will start to see changes in your body, changes in everything. It changed everything for me. So yeah, you won't recognize your home a year from now. So if you join, it's going to be the best year you ever had. When you take care of yourself, you can fully fulfill your purpose on earth. And I think that's what, that's going to make me cry. That's what it's about. It's about helping other people and making the world a little bit better. You know, we can do that. So, I'm sorry, I'm crying. Okay, somebody tell me a joke. Come on. Maybe a dirty joke. That'll work. And don't tell anybody I cried. I'm going to lose my reputation as a hard ass. Okay, there. So that's all I have to say about that. So, anybody have any questions? Shanley, you look like you're about to cry.
No, I was thinking I don't think of you as a hard ass, and Brian affirmed that neither one of us does. So.
Oh.
Sorry,
well,
your reputation's cut already.
Oh yeah. Well, some of my students, as an English professor, I was a real grammar Nazi and a real hard ass. So. What? No, that's wrong. Do it again. You suck. I can't read this. Yeah. No. Okay. No questions? We're good? Good. Well, I think that went fine. Good. Good. I'm going to stop recording, and thank you for coming, Anita and Angela and Lydia and Shanley. And I'm going to cut out that little part with the M word, and and if it's okay with you, Anita, I'm going to put you on YouTube. Is that all right? Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Well, call me. Let's see. So here's my number. Call me maybe. Yeah. And I will hook you up. Okay. Bye. You guys have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.